Hello viewers and welcome to yet another episode of Crime Watch, a program brought to you by your police service, the Zimbabwe Republic Police. On this program, we touch on crime issues occurring across the country and efforts by the police in fighting this scourge with the help of you members of the public. I'm your host, Tendekai Dandaratsi. It's good to have you along. Rebuilding of the national herd in the country is aimed at boosting the agricultural sector through beef exports. However, stock theft remains one of the impediments in attaining this goal. Cattle rustling syndicates have been arrested by police and lots of recoveries have been made across the country. Following a tip-off from farmers, ZRP Plumtree managed to arrest a 3-member syndicate led by a 69-year-old former stock theft convict. This prompted the police to unleash Operation Mombe Wadzitola Poni, Inkomo Wadzitola Ngapi, or Mombe Wakadziwanepi, leading to the recovery of 61 cattle and 2 donkeys. The operation is still ongoing and more cattle are expected to be recovered. The rustlers used fake stock clearance forms, which were recovered by the police, together with a fake ZRP death stamp.
We had been investigating a case whereby the complainant lost 9 head of cattle. We proceeded to the area where we suspected that stolen cattle were being sold. We managed to make a breakthrough when we got to one of the cattle rustlers known as Keeper Ncube. Keeper Ncube and his family divulged to us that all the cattle were being brought to the villages and being sold to several buyers in the village. We also arrested Bernard Moyo and we received further information that they were working with one another case known as Kilion Moyo. We made a follow-up where they were selling all the cattle and we recovered more cattle and at the moment they are amounting to 61.
I would like to thank the members of the public for the information which resulted in the arrest of the 3 accused persons. I would also want to urge members of the community to brand their cattle, as most of the recovered stock is not branded and it becomes difficult for us to identify or for the public to identify their cattle.
Look at structures in Unyaka from 2015. Kuzofika nalo unyaka. Qacha kungamathunga.
Siyathokoza kakhulu ukuthi kube khona umsebenzi omuhle phakathi kwezakhamizi lamapolisa. Besilahlekelwe izinkomo zethu eziningi. Mina ezami bezilahlekile i15 kodwa sengidole yodwa out of 15. Konoko kungenza kungikhuthaze kuyangithokozisa at least ukuthi nxa inkomo zitshontshiwe zitholakale. Kuyasikhuthaza ke ukuthi sisebenze sibambene lamapolisa ukuthi sirecover izinkomo.
Ngoba tokumloti kunamsana umo uno recover ngombe ya 2015 unoti tondekela ngombe ya 2015 kola zithi unaluzibo ukuthi dzimwe ngombe dzakanda pona angazibe ngombe yakanda na 2015 ukuthi akatengese kwapeya ya 2017 na unobe izibo so tokumbila kuti mapurisa beke bezame iwo yomsana beke benthothomise ukuthi eduse ngombe nebunjinji kwadzo vanhu bewane ngombe zabo.
I am glad that these recovered cattle and 2 donkeys have been positively identified by the complainants. We are happy here in Mbulili Mamango in terms of information which we are sharing with members of the public. We will continue with the campaigns in our district so that we curb the stock theft.
Meanwhile, Wedza Police is in possession of 5 cattle which were recovered in their area and are calling for individuals to come and identify them. Still on stock thefts, the police is worried with the general increase in the theft of chickens, mainly in the urban centers. The trend from May to June 2019 reveals alarming statistics. In the month of May 2019, a total of 7,969 chickens were reported stolen across the country, and by the second week of June, 4,207 chickens had been stolen. This increase has been through fake eco-cash transactions, conning of children or maids by thieves who visit homes in the absence of parents, among other means. We urge you to verify before releasing stock. Meanwhile, in Manicaland province, police have arrested Clifford Karaga, aged 25, for unlawful entry and theft cases which were occurring in and around Mutare.
We got information from a reliable source to the effect that there was a non-criminal who was involved in a spate of unlawful entry and theft cases within the CBD of Mutare. The detective expeditiously reacted to information, managed to arrest the accused person. They also managed to recover this pistol which you are seeing here. And all this property which you are seeing here, you could take anything. For example, kitchen utensils, as you can see here, there are water glasses, some pots, we have got blankets, as you can see there, and also some big gadgets like this refrigerator, as you can see here.
Tukunzwa kufara fani nemapurisa edu emuZimbabwe vari kuita basa ravo nemazvo kukwanisa kubata mbavha. Kurudziro yangu yandingoriwo nayo ndeyekungoti kana pane anyone angobirwa anoenda kunoripota nyaya yake.
In the same vein, the Criminal Investigations Department Mutare has also arrested Joe Dune of Dune village in Buhera in connection with 10 cases of theft of kapas which occurred in and around Mutare. Dune has been on the run following the arrest of his accomplices, and he is appearing in court for numerous cases. His arrest came after CID partnered with other branches of the police, Canine Section and Support Unit, and tracked him at his hideout in Buhera.
The accused person cleared 4 cases of unlawful entry and 10 cases of theft from motor vehicle. He was convicted of 2 counts and he was sentenced to 24 months on each count.
Detectives in Mutare have since brought a number of strategies that are aimed at arresting the scourge. Among them, our detectives have since made random follow-ups of wanted persons, and our CRLOs are over the ground conscientizing members of the public to practice both target removal and target hardening techniques so that they don't fall prey to the criminals. It is against this background as well that CID Mutare is calling upon all the residents in Mutare to safeguard their properties, especially household goods that among others include but not limited to televisions, home theaters, cell phones, laptops.
We take a short break. Join us in the second segment as we bring you more. Welcome to the second segment of Crime Watch, where we continue looking at arrests by the police across the country. ZRP Chitungwiza busted a gang of armed robbery and unlawful entry and theft criminals and recovered a motor vehicle which was used in the commission of crime. They also recovered several cell phones and television sets, among other goods.
As ZRP Chitungwiza, we have experienced an increase in cases of unlawful entry and cases of robbery, where our casualties are mainly people going to work in the early hours of the morning and coming from work late hours of the day. We have a recent case where one complainant was going to work around 5 o'clock in the morning. He met 3 robbers. They manhandled him and stole from him a mobile cell phone and cash amounting to $260. We made a follow-up on the accused persons and managed to apprehend 2 of them. On indications, we managed to recover a lot of stolen cell phones and the property was returned to their owners. The accused persons were sent to court and were sentenced to 36 months in prison.
I would like to thank all residents
for their unwavering support and assistance which they are rendering to the police officers in their day-to-day operations. I would also like to encourage all residents in Chitungwiza area to join our community policing initiatives such as Crime Consultative Committee, Neighborhood Watch Committee, and also encourage their children to join the junior call.
While parents and guardians are expected to be protectors of their dependents, it is disturbing that cases of sexual abuse are still being encountered. In Zengeza Chitungwiza, a man was arrested, convicted and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment for having sexual intercourse with a young person. ZRP Chitungwiza also arrested a 44-year-old man after he on several occasions allegedly raped his 7-year-old daughter.
We received a case of rape which was involving juvenile who was aged 7 and a father aged 44 years. The matter came to light after we received a tip-off from the member of the public and we interviewed the survivor. The survivor revealed that her father was sexually abusing her and he abused her on several occasions. We then took the survivor to hospital for medical examination and the doctor confirmed that she was sexually abused. The accused person appeared before the courts and was convicted of rape and was sentenced to 16 years.
My families are Gawanda. Babana Mai, they're going to South Africa, they're going to UK, they're going all over the world. Kunotraga ways and means of Ramanazo. You find a girl and 15, 16 years. They are to Mai. They are to Babamba. But within the means, at times, our teams in marine time. When you find they get abused, no one hour Jinji Wargu, Barusangania is a rep. And on what on see one was rich, we're touching the one protector, but they won't be protecting them. Don't go to abuse again. So my advice is, can I traga Marikunzoko? That is Sirewa Namuma, okay, one to trust her, especially where which Kuru. Those that one which Kuru are going to abuse as a carry party. The niggas go wise to Musirewa Nakununo, I'm not trust her. And I'm going to see a good one, what we got Pampongo see.
We spoke to the ZRP Staff Officer Victim Friendly Unit on this disturbing trend.
What is more worrying is that the majority of the perpetrators are people that are known to the victims. This could be relatives or neighbors. And usually these cases happen when the parents would have left the children in the custody of these male relatives or neighbors. And our message as the victim-friendly unit and as the police is that parents should never trust any male relative to be in the custody of their children. We are also worried as the Zimbabwe Republic Police with the time that is taken in reporting these cases. Most of the cases are actually brought to the attention of the police as a result of a discovery rather than a disclosure. It is important for children or any other person who has been sexually abused to report early, basically for two very important reasons. The first reason is because of the medical related issues or interventions that can take place. From a policing point of view, if a case is reported earlier, we will be able to get evidence that we will then be able to use as we proceed with the case in a court of law. The other trend that we are also noticing that is also of concern, inyaya dzekuita nevana vanenge vari kuenda kuchikoro. Tiri kuona kuti vana vari kubatwa pavari kufamba vachienda kuchikoro uye pavari kufamba vachibva kuchikoro. Toda kukurudzira vabereki zvikuru kuti ngatitarisisei tione kuti vana vedu pane daro rakaita sei kubva pamba kusvika kuchikoro. Vanofamba munzira dzakaita sei. Ngationei kuti vana pavanenge vachifamba vakwanisa kuti vaende vane mumwe munhu wechikuru here anokwanisa kuvaperekedza. Uye toda kukurudzira zvikuru vana vese vakateerera kuti kana paine munhu anenge avabata ngavasanyarara. Maticha aripo ngavataurire maticha avo, vabereki varipo ngavataurire vabereki vavo. As the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we have got various sections that deal with community engagement. For example, we've got the victim-friendly unit and we also have the press and public relations department. All these departments, they have got deliberate programs to engage the communities on issues related to child sexual abuse. There are also other civil society organizations that we also work with. For example, we've got Childline, we've got the Adult Rape Clinic, and so forth, Family Support Trust. You can actually pass on information to them, and they will in turn advise the police.
Part of our work is to ensure that children or adults report in a very safe and confidential manner. And as soon as we get that case, we immediately link with the victim-friendly unit, police officers within the different areas where we operate from. Communities need to be suspicious of certain arrangements within communities, whereby a child, a girl, stays maybe with an uncle alone in a very big house. They should be able to report that, because it is important for children to be protected.
On the other hand, we continue to experience murder cases across the country where people have lost their lives in very disturbing circumstances, which include, among others, domestic violence and beer brawls. In Rusape, a man was recently arrested for murdering his elderly employers.
Said Rusape received a report of murder and attempted murder of a 72-year-old female Faina Berry and her husband, Elson Berry, aged 73 years, who was struck on his forehead. The scene was attended by detectives and duty-informed branch members. They managed to recover the murder weapon, which is an axe. Then the detectives spread the message to the public to assist the police with whatever information on the whereabouts of the accused. The information was received from Zimunya police that they had arrested an accused by the name Elias Maponto during their night stop and searches. After they interviewed him, he revealed to them that he had committed an assault in Rusape. The accused was then brought to CID Rusape, and he made indications on how he committed the offense. The accused was then taken to court.
Officer commanding ZRP Rusape district also added his voice in such cases of murder.
We want to urge the prospective employees that whenever they want to employ a person, they should make sure that it goes through the vetting process by the police. This is a free service which is offered by the organization. You will realize that in this case, there was no any criminal background that was checked on the suspect. We also want to applaud the coordination of our units leading to the apprehension of this suspect, the CID, the duty uniform, and the police intelligence. And we also want to thank members of the public who gave us very essential information which led to the apprehension of this suspect. Let me also take this opportunity to encourage members of the public to attend our crime awareness campaigns that will continue to educate members of the public wherever there are some congregations. They should take the messages that we are passing to them very seriously. This will help us to reduce the crimes that are affecting our communities.
We urge you to exercise restraint, have respect for human life, and always seek counseling whenever you have problems. On this sad note, we take a short break. Join us shortly. The ZRP and the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe continue on their journey towards road consciousness to reduce road traffic accidents. To achieve this, drivers are urged to acquire defensive driving skills.
Defensive driving is a course that teaches you to prevent accidents in spite of the incorrect actions of others or the presence of adverse driving conditions. So the law ensures that whoever is driving a public service vehicle is in possession of such defensive driving skills. A public service driver, whether goods carrying or passenger carrying, is required by law to have 5 years prior driving experience. They should also be in possession of a valid defensive driver certificate issued by the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe. They should also have a medical certificate which is issued by a government medical officer and which is valid for a period of 1 year. They should also undergo a retest once in every 5 years. There's also another requirement whereby the driver is expected to display, like on this vehicle, they're expected to display a valid defensive driver certificate and a valid medical certificate. The will of the law is to ensure that whoever enters this public service vehicle will be able to see the defensive driver certificate and the medical certificate. Then, before you even come to a police checkpoint, members of the public who are boarding the commuter omnibus should know that they are being driven by a driver who is in possession of the requirements. On the other hand, there is interaction between public service vehicles and private vehicles. So we also urge members of the public, those who drive private vehicles, to ensure that they also do the defensive driving course so that there is proper interaction on the road, and they also apply the same principles in order to avoid collisions.
Coming here has been quite an eye-opener from the way I've been seeing things happening on the roads, and now that I've attended these lessons, it's really been helpful on the roads. I'm really appreciative of the efforts that are being done by Traffic Safety Council, and I hope people out there can actually come and embrace this opportunity to be safe and stay alive on the roads.
Tinokurudzira vachairi vedzimota kuti usazowanikwe usina defensive, usazowanikwe usina rimwe bepa rinodiwa paklasi yemota yaunenge uchifamba nayo. Wanikwa wakakwana, zvinokubetsera futi ukanga waita tsaona, inokurerukira. Asi ukaita tsaona usina mapepa akakwana, zvinokuomera ramangwana, unogona kungotorwa uchipinda mukati.
Meanwhile, the construction of police posts and bases is helping in bringing police services closer to the people. And at Hoya Business Center in Muzarabani, Mashonaland Central Province, members of the community handed over a police post to the ZRP. With the help of Muzarabani Rural District Council, members of the police constabulary and the local community teamed up to construct this police post.
Ndoda kucherechedza nekutenda mapurisa edu kuti zvatakataura kuti tine kuti tivake police post kuHoya. Atina kana musi mumwe chete watakaunza material sekanzuru yaifanonge ichishanda kuvaka ipo paya yakasvika yakanzi yabiwa kwete. Vaichengetedza vaiva varipo kureva kuti zvinhu zvedu zvakatochengetedzeka kudhaya.
Kana takutaura nyaya dzebudiriro tinotanga panyaya yekuti tine security here, tine safety here. Honai izvozvizvi taane bhesi yedu padhuze, takuwana kwekumhanya tichinotaura nhunha dzedu, takuchengetedzeka mucommunity yedu yeHoya. Saka pana chichamisa development. Kana munhu wese achiziva kuti ane peace, munhu wese achiziva kuti ari secure, munhu wese ane safety, hapana chinomisa development. Ende kana development yapo, hapana chinotitadzisa kuachiva a middle class economy by 2030.
Semapurisa eZimbabwe Republic Police tine basa guru rekuchengetedza runyararo pamwe nekudzivirira kuparwa kwedzimhosva mudunhu rino rose reguru redistrict. Nokudaro takaita urongwa hwekubatana pamwe chete neveruzhinji mukuita basa iri. Regai nditande kutenda Muzarabani Rural District Council nekutibatsira nemetiriyo yekuvaka chivakwa chedu ichi chinonzi Hoya Base. Ndinoti rambai makadaro. Ndinotendawo zvakare mapurisa edu mapolygon members nekuramba vakatsungirira kuti chivakwa ichi chimire. Regai ndipedzisire kutenda vagari veMuzarabani makaona zvakakodzera kuti mapurisa edu havana nzvimbo yekushandira yakanyatsonaka. Makava neurongwa hwekuvaka Hoya Base.
These are the fruits of community policing, and we urge you to join any of these programs to create a crime-free environment. Please do contact us on the details that have been appearing on your screen should you have anything that may interest the police. From me, Tendekai Dandaratsi, and the crew behind the scenes, pleasant viewing.